This is an All Ears English podcast, episode 39, Teaching Tuesday, How Not to Be Awkward in English. Welcome to the All Ears English podcast, where you'll finally get real native English conversation. Now here are your hosts, Lindsay McMahon, the English adventurer, and Gabby Wallace, the language angel, coming to you from Boston, Massachusetts, USA.
In today's episode, you'll see how to take control of starting a great conversation in English, and you'll get 2 ways to use the verb get. All right, so hi Gabby, how's it going?
Hey Lindsay, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Really happy to be here recording another episode. Feeling great.
Yeah, me too. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we just wanted to take some time to kind of introduce a few of the phrases that we went over yesterday during Meeting Monday when we talked to Matt.
Yeah.
So what was the first kind of key cultural thing we wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I totally loved how you started the conversation with me yesterday. I really liked how, I said, how are you doing? And then you not only said how you're doing, but you added some information about the weather.
Yes, naturally. So this is my strategy. Sometimes talking about the weather is really common, or at least for Americans. I mean, for me, it is at least. And I know here in New England, we have a lot of variety in the weather.
Yeah.
So, and it's also a good way to not feel awkward when you begin a conversation, right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally natural to talk about the weather. It's a very common topic. And I like how you volunteered that information, because then it gives me something to, respond to or to ask about. And, I want to highlight that for you guys, for our listeners, because that's a great strategy.
Absolutely. So anytime someone says, hey, what's up? How's it going? You can always volunteer some kind of information about the weather. Oh, we're getting a lot of snow, or it's a beautiful day. And then that can help you slide into an extending conversation.
Absolutely. Very cool.
Okay. And what other phrases came up yesterday, Gabby? What did you have?
There was a sentence about the weather, actually. I think you said Boston is getting a lot of snow. So, or maybe I said that, but it doesn't matter who said it. It's an interesting way of talking about the weather, because I think in English class, they'll usually teach you guys to say it is snowing. But actually, we don't always say that. It's correct, it's fine, but you'll probably hear something like we said, Boston is getting a lot of snow.
Yeah, I don't say it is snowing very much at all, or it is raining. It's just, we don't use it, do we?
No, we like to spice things up. We like to, use the verb get a lot. And I guess it's more colloquial just to say it this way.
Absolutely.
And I mean, you can use this phrase with other kinds of weather too, not just snow. Like Boston's getting a lot of rain, Boston's getting a lot of sun, or whatever, right?
Yeah, getting a lot of hot weather, right? Very hot. Getting a lot of heat.
Does that ever happen in Boston?
Oh God! Hey, come on, we did have a heat wave last summer. I mean,
True. All right. How about the next phrase?
All right. So something that Matt said, which I thought was interesting. He said that the English words that are used in Trinidad are a mishmash of different languages. So this means a combination, right?
Yeah.
So when we just bring all these words together and it creates a new word, it becomes a mishmash.
That's a very cool phrase. Very cool. Yeah. Very cool.
It's kind of fun to say, mishmash.
It is fun. Mishmash. We had one other phrase that we want to share with you guys. It also has the verb get. So I said something about, bringing Matt on the show for some island flavor. In the islands, the weather is hot, and therefore we are getting rid of that snow and cold weather in Boston. So to get rid of is, a very common phrasal verb that we can use in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I could say, if I'm cleaning out my room, I'm going to get rid of my old books and old clothes, for example.
Yeah, just to remove something, right?
Yeah, definitely. Really common, really casual, everyday English.
Yeah. Awesome.
Right. Very cool.
So let's just repeat these phrases before we end this episode. Of course, the first tip was about small talk, but one phrase that you could use is Boston is getting a lot of snow. Okay, great. And then the next phrase, Lindsay, that you mentioned.
Yeah, so that word was mishmash.
Cool. And yeah, we always use like mishmash of something, right? So just to keep that preposition in mind.
That's great. That's really helpful. So the language is a mishmash of other languages.
Cool.
Yeah.
And the last one, to get rid of snow and cold weather. Awesome. All right.
All right. We did it. Woohoo.
Hey, Lindsay, so I've heard some of your students have been using the premium transcripts for this podcast. Tell me about that.
Yeah, this podcast is fantastic if you want to have some fun and you want to learn a little bit, you want to get a little bit of motivation for your English. But, my students are actually really, really serious about improving, and I'm excited about that. That's why I'm working with them. And so for them, the way for them to actually really improve is to use the premium transcripts. So we've been using those in class together, and they've been able to learn a ton.
Yeah, actually, my students too, they read the transcripts. You can read them out loud. You can do some shadowing with the transcripts as well. You can look up vocabulary. You can do a lot of things. I don't want to go on and on, but the premium transcripts are super helpful. And we want to encourage those of you who are serious about improving your English this new year to try them out. You can find them at allearsenglish.com/conversations.
All right, so please check it out. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the All Ears English podcast. We're here to help you learn English, and you can help us by leaving a 5-star review on iTunes. See you next time.